Nanotechnology. Nanotechnology is the study, manipulation, and application of matter on the nanoscale. At the nanoscale, materials can exhibit unique physical, chemical, and biological properties that differs from the larger scale counterparts. So, nanotechnology is the study of manipulation and application of matter at the nanoscale. At this scale, materials exhibit unique physical, chemical, and biological properties that are vastly different from their larger scale counterparts. This change allows us to explore innovative application across multiple fields, making nanotechnology a groundbreaking area of study. Nanoscale. A nanometer is 1 billion of a meter. Example, a human hair is approximately 80,000 to 100,000 nanometer wide, and a sheet of paper is about 100,000 nanometer thick. So the nanoscale operates on measurement as small as 1 billion of a meter. To give you an idea of this scale, a single human hair is approximately 80,000 to 100,000 nanometers wide. A sheet of paper is roughly 100,000 nanometers thick. This microscopic scale allows us to manipulate and design materials at an atomic or molecular level, leading to extraordinary innovation. Historical background and pioneers of nanotechnology. The concept of nanotechnology was introduced by physicist Richard Feynman in his famous 1959 lecture, "There's Plenty of Room at the Bottom." The term nanotechnology was coined by Dr. Norio Taniguchi in 1974, referring to the precision control of materials of the nanoscale. Pioneers like Eric Drexler and Richard Smalley contribute to the early development of nanotechnology. The concept of nanotechnology was introduced by physicist Richard Feynman in 1959 through his famous lecture "There's Plenty of Room at the Bottom." This lecture inspired the exploration of manipulating materials at such a small scale. Later, in 1974, the term nanotechnology was officially coined by Dr. Norio Taniguchi, emphasizing precision at the nanoscale. Other pioneers such as Eric Drexler and Richard Smalley further contribute to the early development of nanotechnology, laying the foundation for its modern application. Properties of nanomaterials. First is, as a material shrink to the nanoscale, their properties can change drastically. Melting point, boiling point, and color may differ from bulk materials due to increased surface area and quantum effects. Size depends properties. As a materials shrink to the nanoscale, their physical and chemical properties undergo drastic change. For example, their melting point, boiling point, and even color differ from bulk materials due to an increased surface area and quantum effects. Quantum effects at the nanoscale. In nanoscale materials, quantum mechanics become more pronounced, leading to phenomena like quantum confinement and tunneling. This effect can be harmless for various applications such as quantum dots in electronics. So, at this scale, quantum mechanics come into play, leading to phenomena such as quantum confinement and tunneling. These effects are harassed for advanced applications like quantum dots in electronics. 3. Surface area at its impact on reactivity. Nanomaterials have significantly larger surface areas compared to bulk materials. This high surface area enhances reactively, making them valuable for catalysis and drug delivery system. The nanometer have a much larger scale area compared to their bulk counterparts. This higher surface area increased reactivity, making them ideal for use in catalysis and drug delivery system. Next is the application of nanotechnology. First is the nanomedicine and drug delivery. Nanoparticles can be designed to deliver drugs directly to specific cell or tissue, improving treatment effectiveness and reducing side effects. Nanotechnology is revolutionizing medicine by designing nanoparticles to deliver drugs directly to specific cells of tissue. This precision improves the effectiveness of treatments while reducing side effects. The second one is the nanoelectronics and computing. Nanoscale components enabling faster and more efficient electronic devices, leading to advancement in computing and data storage. The nanoscale components are enabling faster and more efficient electronic device. These advancements are crucial in improving computing power and data storage. The third one is the nanomaterials in energy and environment. Nanotechnology offers solutions for clean energy production, efficient battery, and environmental remediation. The nanotechnology plays a vital role in in energy production, creating efficient batteries and aiding in environment redemption. The fourth one is the nanotechnology in consumer products. Nanomaterials are used in cosmetic, textile, and food packaging to enhance product properties. Nanomaterials are now commonly used in cosmetic, textile, and food packaging. Their inclusion enhances the functionality and properties of these products.
Next is scale at which biology occurs. There are three. First, biological processes. Ang biological processes primarily occur at the nanoscale, a scale measured in nanometers or nm, where 1 nanometer equals 1 billionth of a meter. Ang key points include is DNA replication, protein folding, and enzyme activity are example of processes occurring at this scale. Second, many biological molecules like protein 50 to 50 nm and viruses 20 to 200 nm operate in this size range. Ang kaning size of biological molecules, proteins range from 50 to 50 nm while viruses are generally 20 to 200 nm in size, illustrating the nanoscale operation of biological system. Ang third is nanotechnology enables us to design materials and devices that can interact directly by biological systems, opening possibilities for innovation like targeted drug delivery and biosensors. Scale at which quantum effects dominate. The nanoscale quantum effects become significant and dominate over classical physics. There are unique phenomena include and nanoparticles in electronic are confined to a small space, altering optical and electronic properties. For example, quantum dots emit light of different colors depending on their size. Next is electrons can tunnel through barriers at the nanoscale, critical for nanoelectronics and devices like transistor. At the nanoscale, electronics can pass through energy barriers that are insurmountable in classical physics. This principle underpins the operation of nanoelectronics and devices such as modern transistors. Next is some materials exhibit zero electrical resistance at extremely small scales, like superconductivity at small scales. Certain materials exhibit zero electrical resistance at extremely small scales, a phenomenon that can enhance energy efficiency in nanoscale systems. These quantum effects are fundamental to advancements in nanotechnology, enabling innovations in electronics, material science, and energy systems. Next is scale at which surfaces and interfaces dominate. As objects shrink to the nanoscale, their surface area increases relative to their volume. For example, ang nanoparticles with large surface areas enhance chemical reaction, like catalytic converters in vehicles. Next is this high surface area to volume ratio makes surfaces and interfaces more significant in determining material behavior. For examples, ang materials at the nanoscale often exhibit unusual stickiness or slipperiness due to surface forces, like van der Waals interaction. Lastly is nanoscale materials tend to be more chemical reactive due to the dominance of surface atoms. This dominance of surfaces and interfaces is crucial in many applications, including catalysis, sensing, and nanostructured materials.
And now let's tackle about uses and applications of nanotechnology in the Philippines. So nanotechnology in the Philippines involves engineering at the atomic and molecular level with applications in medicine, energy, agriculture, food production, space science, and electronics. The Department of the Science and Technology, or DOST, through its Philippine Council for Advanced Science and Technology Research and Development, created a nanotechnology roadmap to guide research and development toward high-impact, life-improving applications. Currently, the number of Filipino experts in nanotechnology is limited, particularly in areas like biotechnology and material science. There is a call for more scientists to advance this emerging field due to limited funding. The OST prioritized nanotechnology research in areas such as semiconductors, agriculture and food, energy and medicine, and environmental science. And now let's proceed to the medicine. The medicine in nanotechnology enhances healthcare by enabling targeted drug delivery system that ensures medicine reach specific cells or tissues, minimizing side effects. It is also used in advanced diagnostic tools to detect diseases early, including cancer and infectious diseases like tuberculosis. Nanotechnology in medicine focuses on its integration into early disease detection, prevention, diagnostics, and treatment. The global nanomedicine industry is projected to reach billions of dollars. Future nanomedicine research 3 to 10 years, including developing diagnostics and imaging methods for diseases like tuberculosis, malaria, cancer, and cardiovascular diseases using nanostructures and lab-on-chips. Ethnobiology, utilizing natural nanostructures from endemic resources, will explore bioactive drugs, biomarkers, and structural colors. Additionally, efforts are focused on creating portable diagnostic kits for diseases such as sexual transmitted infections, leprosy,
filariasis, and schistosomiasis. This is also an emphasis on developing cost-effective drug delivery system under the cheaper medicine bill framework. Example, the nano-enabled drug delivery systems, for instance, Doxil, a nanoparticle-based drug, is used to treat certain types of cancer by targeting only cancerous cells, reducing side effects compared to traditional chemotherapy. And now the second one is the electronics. The electronics is the project that are being worked about under the program include IT and semiconductors that have ongoing research and development on gas nanorods, scientists and quantum dots, tiny crystals used in the production of medical sensors and solar cells. Fabrication of nano devices is also being considered in support of domestic ICT industry. Nanotechnology drives in the miniaturization and improvement of electronic devices. Nano-engineered materials are used to create faster processors, more efficient memory storage, and flexible screens, which are essentials for modern gadgets like smartphones and wearable devices. Example, the nano-engineered semiconductors used in creating faster and smaller microchips for devices such as smartphones, computers, and wearable. The local example is creating energy-efficient antennas and nano semiconductor-based sensors for mobile phone and wireless devices manufactured by local tech industry. Third one is food processing. In food processing, nanotechnology improves packaging and shelf life. Nano coating are applied to packaging materials to protect food from microbial contamination, while edible nano coatings extend the freshness of perishable goods like fruits and vegetables. So, nanotechnology in food processing focuses on innovative solutions such as edible coatings for agricultural exports, biodegradable for packaging with barrier properties, and self-healing food packaging films. Efforts are also directed towards regulated atmosphere storage for prepared foods and controlled release formulation for food additives and nutraceuticals. And the Department of the Science and Technology, or DOST, is investing in nanosensors, which have promising application in food safety. These sensors can detect pathogens in food crops and products, identify food contaminants, toxins, pesticides, antimicrobials, monitor freshness in perishable food packaging, and identify genetically modified organisms, or the GMOs. Portable biosensors and intelligent nanosensors can enhance the quality, safety, and traceability of the food and agricultural products. And the example here is the nano coating applied to packaging materials to extend food shelf life, such as antimicrobial nano coatings that protect food from spoilage. The fourth one is the energy. Meanwhile, solar energy devices that use nanostructures are being pursued through collaborative approach by research group from the University of the Philippines, Ateneo de Manila University, and the De La Salle University. These devices focuses on solid-state-based and dye-sensitized-based solar cells. Renewable energy systems benefit from nanotechnology through the development of efficient solar panels. And energy storage systems like batteries, nanomaterials enhance the performance of these technologies, making them more cost-effective and sustainable. Example, the nano-engineered solar cells that use nanostructures to increase light capture efficiency, improving solar power output. The fifth one is the environment. The environment and nanotechnology helps address environmental issues through nanofilters for water purification, which remove pollutants like heavy metals and bacteria. It is also used for air filtration and materials that degrade harmful chemicals, contributing to cleaner ecosystem. So scientists would like to work on water purification by nanofilters, environmental remediation, and development of green composites including forest products. Nanoparticles are explored to remove pollutants and toxic products present in soil or water. Consequently, the roadmap also aims to introduce nanotechnology in all science and engineering courses. Students needs to be oriented of the numerous applications of nanotechnology in improving the quality of life in our society. So the DOST would like to acquire basic equipment to illustrate nanostructures, upgrade available laboratories for nanoparticle measurements, and perform nanotechnology risk assessment. The example here is the nanofilters capable of removing heavy metals from contaminated water sources, improving access to potable water. And the last one is the agriculture. In agriculture, nanotechnology can be applied on chemical sensors and biosensors for precision agriculture. Mesoferrosilica nanoparticles are also utilized to deliver DNA to animal and plant cells in order to facilitate gene transformation and expression. Standard settings for fertilizers, cost-effective pesticide and agrochemicals that contain nanomaterials, and intelligent sensor actuator system are also being explored in order to improve the agriculture sector of the country. So, the nanotechnology improves agricultural productivity with tools like nanofertilizers that delivers nutrients more efficiently, reducing waste and environmental harm. Nano-based pesticide target pests, especially minimizing the use of harmful chemical. The example here is the nano fertilizers that release nutrients efficiency to crops over time, reducing waste and ensuring the healthy growth of the plants. And now let's proceed to the products in the Philippines. So nanoparticles have several applications and advantages in various fields. In the Philippines, scientists are exploring its notable application in field of agriculture. Among the products that were already developed, especially in the University of the Philippines, Los Baños include: the first one is the nanosilica-based fertilizer. It is developed at UP Los Baños. This fertilizer uses nanosilica particles to enhance the germination and growth rate of crops like tomatoes. It improves nutrient absorption, leading to healthier plants and higher yields. The impact here is the farmers are seeing higher yields without relying on traditional chemical fertilizers. The second one is the fruitic coating technology. This is a nano-based edible coating applied to fruits like mangoes and papayas. It slows down ripening and spoilage, improving shelf life and reducing post-harvest losses. This is especially important for farmers and exporters of premium fruits. The impact here is it helps farmers and exporters by reducing spoilage and waste during transportation and sale. The third one is the nano-encapsulated plant growth regulators. These nanoproducts are designed to promote seed germination and root development in high-value crops like coffee, cassava, and bananas. The nano-encapsulations ensures that growth regulators are released gradually and effectively, improving plant health and productivity. So the Department of Science and Technology Philippine Council for Agriculture, Aquatic and Natural Resources Research and Development, in partnership with institutions like CEFDEC, Philippine Genome Center, UP, and Ateneo de Manila, developed PhilGen Strips, a cost-efficient and easy-to-use biosensor kit for detecting diseases in shrimps, including the white spot syndrome or WSS virus. So the WSS is a highly contagious shrimp disease that can quickly lead to mortality, and this innovation assists farmers by enabling disease detection and prevention. Additionally, the portable ceramic water filter or pitcher type was developed using nanotechnology. This 2-liter gravity-powered filter used red clay with a silver coating to purify tap or deep well water, making it safe for consumption and promotion clean water access. The other applications are communication and space science. The first one is the communication. The communication in nanotechnology enhances communication devices by creating faster and more efficient antennas, improving signal quality and enabling compact designs for smartphones, satellites, and IoT devices. Nano antennas that are smaller and more efficient at transmitting signals. Example, the development of a localized nano-communication technology used to wireless signal optimization in urban environments, helping improve internet services. The last one is the space science. The space science in nanotechnology is essential in space exploration, where it helps develop lightweight and durable materials for satellites and spacecraft. These materials resist extreme conditions in space, making them ideal for long-term use. So nanotechnology used to create ultra-lightweight durable composites for spacecraft. For example, the Philippines Space Agency is actively exploring the use of nanomaterials to develop advanced satellites components capable of withstanding extreme atmospheric and space conditions. In conclusion, nanotechnology is a vital tool in the Philippines for addressing critical challenges in agriculture, health, energy, and sustainability. With innovation like those developed at UP Los Baños, the country is making strides in improving productivity, reducing waste, and enhancing quality of life for its citizens.
So that first third reporters talking about the definition, uses, and applications of nanotechnology, which is nanotechnology involves manipulating matter at the atomic or molecular scale to create new materials and devices with unique properties, which is ang nanotechnology, yan yung mga molecule na imposibleng makita kahit na may isang typical na microscope. So ngayon, let's delve into nanotechnology's impact and challenges. Then the first one is about the positive impacts, which is revolutionary advancement in disease diagnosis, prevention, and treatment. So the nanotechnology has led to breakthroughs in medicine by enable precise diagnostic and targeted drug delivery. So ang minana kanang through nanotechnology, ang mga nanoparticle ay maaaring magsilbing mga mahusay na tagadala ng gamot na naghahatid ng mga therapeutic agent ng direkta sa mga may sakit na tissue habang binabawasan ang mga epekto. So, as katong last reporter sa gene therapy nga ganing nai-inject para ang katong kanang na part sa imong nagsakit mo to'y i-direct nga sa katong gi-inject mo to'y i-direct nga ayuhon. So for instance, nanoparticles are used to identify diseases and early stages and delivery medications directly to affect cells, reducing side effects and improving treatment effectiveness. This has transformed healthcare into a more personalized and efficient system. So to make it short, the nanotechnology have a advancement in healthcare. Nanotechnology has revolutionized disease diagnosis, preventions, and treatment, providing groundbreaking solutions in the medical field. The second one is renewable energy technologies that reduce reliance on fossil fuels. So, nanotechnology plays a vital role in developing alternative energy sources. It improves the efficiency of solar panels by enhancing their ability to capture sunlight. So, additionally, nanomaterials are used in batteries and fuel cells, making renewable energy systems more sustainable and reliable, thus reducing global dependence on nano-renewable resources. So, ang ginamian na ang nanotechnology is kanang ang mga nanomaterial niya ay maaring mapabuti ang kahusayan ng mga solar cells. In the way nga pagsipsip ng mga maraming sikat ng araw at pag-convert into sa kuryente. So, through sa nanotechnology, so naay mo absorb sa kainit sa araw. So, mao na ang kanon sa way sa pagkuhan sa kuryente. So, ibig sabihin mura siya o kanang mga solar nga kuryente nga musiga siya basta naa siya kuan nga sikat sa araw. So, to make it short, ang nanotechnology in terms of renewable energy innovations is mao nang it has contributed to the development of energy technologies that reduce dependence on fossil fuels, supporting sustainable practices. Then the third one of positive impacts in nanotechnology is creation of new industries and job opportunities. The rise of nanotechnology has opened doors to entirely new industry such as nanomedicine, manufacturing, and nanomaterials production. These industries not only create cutting-edge technologies but also generate employment opportunities across multiple sectors, from research and development to manufacturing and marketing. So that was mean that nga ang nanotechnology kay mo nang the way nga pag-unlad at sa mga aplikasyon through nanotechnology kay lumilikha man gud na ng mga bagong sektor tulad ng nanomedicine, nanoelectronics, and nanomaterials. So as first sa kato akong gi-state ganiha nga through nanotechnology murag mas mapa-improve ang medicine kay kano siya small particle nga maunay murag way nga mas ma-improve ang medicine, ang product, cause some product that wala ninyo nahibaw-an is naay siya nanotechnology like kanang sa cosmetics, sa mga makeups. Then sa innovations sa kanang industry sa nanotechnology mao na kanang pag-unlad sa nanotechnology ay nagtutulak ng inobasyon at lumilikha ng mga mataas na kasanayang pagkakataon sa trabaho sa iba't ibang larangan kay di ba na-improve man siya. So ibig sabihin mas daghan ang opportunity sa makakuan og work through ana. Then to make it short, economic growth mo na one of the impact of nanotechnology, which is the creation of new industries and job opportunities, has been a direct result of nanotechnology applications. And the last one, positive impacts of nanotechnology, is solutions for clear water and reduce pollution. Nanotechnology offers innovative ways to address environmental challenges. Nanomaterials are used in water purification systems to filter contaminant at a microscopic level. Similarly, nanoparticles are employed in pollution control technologies to reduce emissions and clean up hazardous waste, contributing to a healthier and more sustainable environment. So when we say manggod solution for clear water, mo na ang mga nanomaterial ay maaring magamit upang salain at linisin ang tubig na nag-aalis ng mga contaminate nga tubig at ginagawang madaling makuha ang malinis na tubig. So mura gi-separate ang tubig nga magamit og dili, which is mao ang nanotechnology is mao na mo help nga ang tubig is mapalimpyo in order nga magamit nato. Pareha ng kanang example nga ang tubig basta grabe ka baha kay ang mga tubig na to kagamit kay kanaging baho kay chlorine. I'm not saying nga chlorine is a nanotechnology, but mura siya inana nga way nga in order nga malimpyo ang tubig, but nga siya chlorine. So the nanotechnology is ang iyang help para mo-clean ang ato ang like water is more siya mahimong tagasala or murag way nga mahimong malinis ang tubig in order nga magamit nato. Then to make it short again, environmental solutions, it offers solution for a clear water and reduce pollution, addressing global environment concerns. So that's all about the positive impact of nanotechnology. Now is the negative impact. Then first one is environmental concerns like nanoparticles pollution. So while nanotechnology provides solutions, it also poses environmental risk. The release of nanoparticles into ecosystem during manufacturing or disposal can lead to a contamination of soil and water. These particles are difficult to remove and may accumulate in living organism and disrupting ecosystem. So ang gimin-ana nga ang nanotechnology is like gigamit man siya, so kung ma-over sa diyang paggamit nasa siya possible nga ang environmental kay maapektuhan kay ang nanoparticle man gud ay maaring manatili sa kapaligiran sa loob ng mahabang panahon. So possible na naiipon sa mga ecosystem at nagdudulot ng mga panganib sa mga ligaw na hayop. Then ang isa sad nga concern nga maapektuhan ang environment is kanang hindi inasahang mga epekto, like we are not aware nga naapektuhan na din na nga part of the environment tungod sa nanotechnology, like ang mga pang matagalang epekto ng polusyon ng nanoparticles sa mga ecosystem at kalusugan ng tao hindi palubos na nawaan because some of the people is walay enough nga knowledge about sa kung sa nanotechnology. We don't even know gani kung ang atong gigamit nga mga product is nanotechnology or without. So true ana nga wala ta kabalo, najoy ka ng bad effects kung masobraan na to gamit. Like I'm not sure but some daw sa kanang bulbos na karon ay kanang gani kanang nanotechnology, like lain na before ba, like dili na siya safe gamiton. So ang negative impact of nanotechnology is environmental concern, which is the production and uses of nanoparticles can lead to pollution, rising environmental issues basta masobraan siya gamit or kanang wala dili sakto ang iyang pag-use. Then the second one is health risk. The use of nanoparticles in consumer products and industrial process can have unintended health consequences. For example, inhaling nanoparticles may lead to respiratory or cellular damage as they can penetrate biological barriers and interact with tissues in harmful ways. So ang kana manggod nga ang based on the research sa mga pangmatagalang epekto mo sa nanotechnology sa kalusugan ng mga nanoparticle ay patuloy pa rin at mas maraming data ang kinakailangan upang masuri ang panganib. So dili siya mayuyano-yano gamit kis need siya og kanang further research jud para masabtan kung unsa na paggamit unsa mga effects niya. Cause I've watched one movie nga na related sa nanotechnology, then the experiment nila kung then hapit na siya masaksis, but ang katong nga person nga nisod sa kana nga box para ma-check ang katong ilang gibutang didto, pag-check niya is ang nanotechnology wala siya kabantay nakuha na sa iyang suit katong para safe suit para safe siya ba then ang katong nanotechnology kay more ni times to times so nga nidaghan to the point nga nikatag na siya suit antod mura na gani siya gi gi attack like anam iyang suit ba antod nagkahilis inana then tungod ana harmful jud siya kung dili sakto ang imong pag dili kung careless ka while nag-research about kung unsahon na pag-use unsay mga experiment ana. So, dapat dili jud mag-careless. So, health risk man gud, the potential risk associated with nanoparticles pose a concern for a public health. Then the last one is ethical and societal implications. Nanotechnology raises important ethical questions such as privacy concern with nanoscale surveillance technologies and equity and access to its benefits. Additionally, there are societal challenges such as potential job displacement in traditional industries due to automation and advancement driven by nanotechnology. These applications demand careful consideration and regulation. So, ang through magud sa nanotechnology kay mo nang ang privacy and seguridad. So, ang paggamit ng mga nanosensor at nanobots para sa mga layuning medikal ay nagtataas ng mga alalahanin tungkol sa privacy at ang potensyal para sa maling paggamit kay kung sayop ang imong paggamit so ibig sabihin daghan ang maapektuhan sa sayop gamit kay dili ba makita ang nano technology so unsahon man pag-identify nga naa dinay nanotechnology ang kana nga product or kana nga things then konsad ang pagtiyak ng pantay na pag-access sa nanotechnology based na pangangalaga sa kalusugan at ang mga benepisyo nito ay mahalaga upang maiwasan ang pagpapalala ng umiiral na hindi pagkakapantay. So, in explanation of that, ang nanotechnology ay nagtatanghal ng mga ethical at panlipunang hamon na dapat nating bigyang pansin. For example, ang kanang paggamit ng mga nanosensor sa mga tao ay maaaring magdulot ng mga alalahanin tungkol sa paglabag sa privacy. Kay maaaring magamit ang mga ito para sa hindi nararapat na pagsubaybay o pagkolekta ng impormasyon tungkol sa isang tao na walang pahintulot kay small particles man siya. So, if true ana ma-access niya ang mga kanang personal information or kanang mga privacy about ana a person kay tungod na sayop ang paggamit or walay ethical nga paggamit sa ana nga technology or the nanotechnology. Kailangan nating magkaroon ng malinaw ng mga patakaran at regulasyon upang matiyak na ang nanotechnology ay ginagamit ng responsable at ethical. So, in order nga makakuanta sa mga bad impacts niya, so dapat responsible ta or responsable ang mga researcher or kanang mga namahala sa pag-create og mga product nga nanotechnology dapat maging responsable sila in order nga dili harmful ang kanang ilang gihimo sa mga tao. Then in conclusion manggod sa kaning impacts, ang nanotechnology ay maaring napakalaking potential upang matugunan ang ilan sa mga pinakamahirap na hamon sa mundo. But, ang pag-unlad at aplikasyon nito ay dapat na lapitan ng may pag-iingat at responsibilidad para less harmful or malayo ta sa mga possible nga consequences or the outcomes nga bati. So, to make it short, ethical and societal implications, the use of nanotechnology raises ethical debates and societal challenges that need to be addressed responsibly. So, that's all about the impact and challenges of the nanotechnology. I hope you guys understand our report. Thank you.